Hey there YouTube, I have entirely too many projects. And so what I'd like to do with this next set of videos is I'm going to put up projects that I have started or would like to finish and put a number on them. And if you guys want to see that one finished, go ahead and put it down in the comments and we'll see if we can't get some of these knocked out in a more timely fashion than what I usually do. Hey everybody, so yesterday I traded up for this Champion Forge Company 2-speed post drill, and it looks like it was probably put together by somebody. So it's on a steel post base made out of an old Conoco sign. The table's in really good shape. This one's kind of neat because I don't think I've ever seen, I've heard of them, but I haven't ever seen a 2-speed in person. So it's got a high and a low gear. It's got the hand crank. This one's got a hand lever on it for the press part, and it's also set up on a motor. But I don't think the pulley, I don't think this pulley is original. I know the flat belt pulley probably is, but it's got the hand crank slot for it too. So I don't know if it was how it was set up to run. The motor's pretty old. We got a little single phase motor, 1/4 horse. This was made in 1904, at least it was patented in August 9th, 1904, so it could be a 1910, 1920s model in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. So this is a good example of what happens when you don't or aren't paying attention to what you're welding to. You see, this is the weld, and I'm just guessing here that was a MIG hardwire or something like that. And you can see the cast iron. Right? Yeah, you can see the cast iron here. This nice tight grain, or the weld here. This nice tight grain, and then the weld that just peeled off. There was no real penetration there, no real bonding, because it just chipped right off there. So I'm gonna have to get some cast rod and some nickel and clean that up, fill that up. And then on this one, I think it's probably done the same way. I'm guessing there's a piece of material here and then something coming back. So I'm gonna put a cut right across here and then see if I can't get this to come loose, so I'm not trying to weld fresh on top of bad. Because that won't accomplish anything. I'll just be making it worse. So you can kind of see on the side here that there's a plate or something up here, and then looks like some weld down here. So I think if I cut back here across, I can start working my way to original material. So we're not trying to weld on top of this weld that they put on there. A high nickel rod or something, but that's closer to original material. This is a carbon steel because it leaves that long rooster tail. Okay, so I'm through this top plate. I don't know what's going on under here. Maybe there's another plate, or, well, it kind of looks like there's a seam right there, so I'm going to cut this weld. See if that comes off. And then there's a piece that's welded onto here. Or that might be original material. We'll have to spark test it.
Yeah, this is definitely a better repair than the other one. But I still don't want to use it for the foundation for a new repair, so we're going to cut it off. Let's see if that gives us any. There it is. Up right here. So there is a support plate right here. You can see the crack coming in behind it. So there was a whole bit of this material that was added on here. We don't want that. We want to get back to that original cast iron. We're going to do anything productive with this vise. Nothing else, this is a testament to how good a bad repair can be. On this back jaw, you probably could use this vise for years. And I guess that kind of makes it a good repair at some point, doesn't it? But not for what I want to do. Oh, sir. For this guy. So again, this was done with hardwire or some kind of welding rod, I don't know. And it bonded pretty well, but it's definitely not like you got some penetration, but it's not strong enough to be really a repair at all. There's the original hole for the back strap. So what they did, what's pretty common on these, people beat on them, and this support underneath the jaw busts off, and then the jaw won't hold up anymore to being beat on. And there's the screw where they broke out the original jaw. So we're getting back to the OG material, the good stuff. Oh, there it went. And this, again, it wasn't really sticking to that cast. I mean, it kind of did, I guess, but it just peels right off of there. There's not really a good bond. I could almost do better with brazing. Really, it would stick better. So, my work's cut out for me. I'm gonna have, now that I'm back to original material, I can start to figure out how much welding rod this is gonna take. It's gonna cost a couple $100 in welding rod. And then we'll set it up and start building it up to something that's a little bit more workable. See if I can find out how wide this was supposed to be originally. The rest of it's just kind of touch up and clean, but we'll need to address these heads. The nice thing is, I think, aside from these two pits where the weld was, that I can fill pretty easy, this is original material, so this isn't in bad shape, and Wiltons are pretty tough vices. So there's a lot of salvageable material here. This is our little project mill. I'm going to clean it up and inspect it, tear it down. I'll probably get some videos of that. Picked it up for a reasonable price, and I'll see if I can't clean it up and find it a good home. Hey everybody, so I'm going to work on cleaning up this little Rockwell mill. And I got a Harbor Freight steam cleaner, because I've never tried a Harbor Freight steam cleaner, and I thought it might help with some of this grease that's on here, and it won't stay wet for very long, so I don't have to worry so much about rust. I'm not too worried about the paint, because I'm going to take the paint off eventually anyway and repaint it. But I figured you guys might want to see how this little thing works. I was super curious. They're not overly expensive. It's a 1500 watt little steam cleaning deal. So I'm putting some Simple Green on here, and I already worked on this little spot here, but we'll just see how it works. Doesn't do a bad job warming up that grease and getting it off there. They say one of the little tanks of water is supposed to last for 45 minutes, so that's cool. That comes with a little wire brush sealy. Ain't too bad. I'll try some of this heavier stuff down here on this box. That's all right. I mean, it puts out steam, I guess, as advertised. Seems to help melt that coolant crap that's on there. Yeah, that's pretty good for what it is. Here, there's a little water pick thing. I'm going to try that next. So we'll try this little water pick down in the crack here and see if that does anything. You probably want to wear safety glasses with this. Yeah, that doesn't really do much. I did read the instructions. Always read the instructions. It's kind of making it melty, but it's not really getting much done. Yeah, I think the little wire brush works better. Well, it is what it is. I'll probably work on this a little more and we'll see, give you like an after shot, but that's a Harbor Freight steam cleaner if you're interested in one. Hey everybody. So I went to a yard sale and well, yeah, I bought a lathe for 300 bucks. It's a 1550 jet, so some, hopefully not Chinese. I think it looks a little bit like kind of a Clausing clone, the way the shifter is, but
So I got my mineral spirits and my steel wool and a garbage can, and I'm gonna start by brushing the sand and whatnot off of here, and then clean it a little bit and just kind of see what we got. Maybe some oil, get her started. 7.5 horse, 1550. We'll check back in a little bit and see where it's at. So I'm going to share with you guys the sound of success here. It doesn't look like much right now, but we scored ourselves a Camelback drill down at the scrapyard. More soon. Hey everybody. So the other day I found this in the scrapyard and brought it home. It's a 20-inch Barnes Company drill from Rockford, Illinois. It's got Babbitt bushings or Babbitt bearings. So I think this is probably an older one. I don't think it has an auto feed, but this is something, and I don't know what it is. We've got the little quill drive knob here is broken, so I'm going to fix that. The clutch and drive for the back here is busted off, so we'll have to weld that back on. And then I'm going to get a hold of some of my post drill guys and see if I can't get some pictures of what all these mechanisms are supposed to look like, and I might have to make a couple of things, but for the most part, it's all there. I'll keep you posted. Hey everybody. So I'm usually really bad about doing before videos of things, so this is our before video. This is the Van Norman 26 SU I just picked up a week ago. See, it's old and dirty. You actually want them to be a little dirty, so